If only I could turn back time.
Hello everybody, this is Mario Cabas, green rules because I have green hair. And with me tonight is a very foxy wolf, as you'd like to call her, one of the few in our cosplay community, and one of the many waifus on Twitter, one, the only special guest, Spitfire.
Hey everyone!
Hey Spitfire, what's up?
Nothing much. Glad to be here. I'm glad to actually, talk on one of these. I know a few people were asking about this, and I just, I did my video, and I'm sorry I spelled your name wrong. I told you I was a dink, and we've already gone over that.
And I'm still trying to find this Mario Kaiba person for taking my stick.
It was supposed to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh so much.
It's okay.
Yeah, good to be here.
Well, at least it wasn't as painful as a wait to get sushi on the show. I can still brag about beating rackets on having her on.
I mean, if you want to. I think Gothic Sushi is a very talented and amazing cosplayer. On top of that, she by far is one of my favorites.
She's a lot of our favorites just for different reasons.
Yeah, I like cosplay style and how people bring out the characters you're into other things.
Well, she did try to kill me with that one load, but anyway, we're not here to talk about her, we're here to talk about you and other things.
Yes, so recently we had the Ruki situation. Now, I know you had Ruki on your show a couple of times.
No, I didn't
or we're
have...
talking about
Yes,
talking about Ruki on your show a couple of times. Sorry, it's been a long day. As you know, I'm moving. So, yeah, and we had found out that they're a P. I'm just going to call it a P because I don't want you to get in trouble for using that word.
I'm going to talk like Tug for a minute. We found out there was a P to the E to the D to the O.
Yeah, we found out all about that. We had an incident last night where one of the girls who had defended this person later on, basically got past it, realized how bad it was, and so on. And it has caused a rift in our community. It's not so much of a rift now as most people have let go of the frickin' situation as it is. The whole thing is, though, is a lot of people are still hurt from it. And I personally do not blame them whatsoever. This person lied to them, possibly got, personal information about these people, and are really, disgusted and mistrusting now. And it's turned, I stand with Vic, unfortunately, kind of into a laughingstock, which really sucks because we are a wholesome community.
Wholesome in quotations, by the way.
I love almost everyone in I Stand with Vic. It's been one of those. And my whole thing is, I'm glad that a lot of us got to push past this. It's just, it happens. As most of you remember, there was an incident I was in with a certain someone who lied about certain things, and I actually did make a public apology about that. A few people said, oh, you were so monotone and everything, and the whole thing is I was just trying to get out the information best of my abilities to the way it was told to me, and that's just how I am. It kind of just happens that way, but, case in point, we've all moved on from that.
That we have.
The things that we need to talk about are basically the infighting, because to me, the infighting isn't really infighting. Mario, you want to add any of this, to this? Because, honestly...
I've seen quite a bit of infighting even before Ruki. A lot of it during the verdict from the first hearing of Vic.
Like what? Because I literally, I've actually been out of the infighting. Like, seriously out of the infighting.
Let's just say quite a few idiots decided to attack Judge Chup on Facebook.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I was one of the quote-unquote people that made a video on Chup right before that happened. However, there's only like 3 videos. Me and Sammy were 2 of them.
oh jeez.
However, none of us were like,
Well,
attack Chup. A lot of people just did it because they wanted to.
yeah, exactly. My father and my husband actually questioned Chup's ruling during the first. They're like, how when there is actual physical evidence, and even Nick Rekieta even went out of his way to point out everything that Chup overlooked. And I think that's what's kind of helped with the appeals, is that actual lawyers who are doing their jobs are looking over the judge's mistakes. And I think that's why we got the appeal like we did.
Well, not just that. Just like Nick said, and I agree, Chup doesn't seem to be like a regular judge. He wants people to mediate all the time.
Yeah, which doesn't always work. Like, as most people say, mediate, and if it doesn't stop, go to court. And to me, I think even Vic said it himself, he had no choice. They forced his hand. They were stealing his bread and butter.
Tortious interference.
Very much so. But the infighting as of late, I don't, when it comes to me fighting with people, because I'm sure people have seen my Twitter and people have seen, like, some of the stuff I've said, to me, that's not really infighting. And if you want to get technical, what I'm particularly fighting about, because I'm sure other people have dealt with this issue before, and I'm just using this as an example, is that someone turns around and brings Vic into a situation Vic has nothing to do with. Yes, we're in the same community. Yes, we're supporting the same person, but when it comes to a person's screw-ups, a person's mess-ups, and, you know, everything in between, to where they have literally, pardon my French, screwed themselves every 6 ways, I think it kind of shows that, you know, not every bit of argument, every bit of fight has to do with I Stand with Vic. It's literally majority people just disagreeing on certain odds and ends, and they just want to drag it into I Stand with Vic, which kind of makes the community, actually does make the community toxic.
No, I'm not a freaking I Stand with Vic YouTuber. I'm just a YouTuber who stands with Vic.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Like, I know I had stated a while ago that there were going to be issues with I Stand with Vic, and it was bad because I called it before it happened. I know I had mentioned that we needed to stop fighting amongst each other and work together and collaborate, and I was literally insulted by someone, and a bunch of my followers actually reported it, going, she says something positive, yet you turn around and make it negative. And I kind of went, guys, you don't have to defend me like that. I know people are just gonna sit there and talk. It's what people do. Sure, you've got negative comments before.
Oh, I've had plenty.
Are we gonna talk about the whole every time you turn around someone's saying screw you, Kaiba?
Nope. We're not talking about that because that's a staple in my little polls.
I know, but it's
The
funny.
Sushi is the one who made it popular.
Yes, I noticed. I very much well noticed.
And I will always know every time it's not an offer either.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, no, we had some issues with people literally. Sorry about the background noise. I think someone's working across the street and it's a little loud in my house.
It's okay.
But the whole thing is we had an incident last night that involved a multitude of us because a certain someone decided to go to one of the girls who had defended Ruki in the past. I think she realized how bad Ruki was, or, let it go with the whole situation, and he didn't let it go. In fact, he carried it on so bad to where she actually had him banned from her streams on Twitch. Now, that's something we're not supposed to be for. We're not supposed to be doxers. We're not supposed to be attackers. We're not supposed to be anything like that. We're here to just support a guy who got literally dragged through the mud because feminazis.
Yep, I know, and trust me, I do plan on eventually having this dude on the show if he isn't too PO'd at me after this. But I just don't care for the dude anymore.
Like, that's kind of how everyone feels. Like, there were, let's see, me. There were like 5-6 people he pissed off strictly last night. No, correction, 8 people he pissed off last night.
Oh, and I need to make a disclaimer. This is being recorded on Saturday, December 14th, 2019. So when you guys see this on Monday, try to think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah. But he basically tried to say that we were defending a person when it was, no, I'm telling you all to knock your crap off. This is irrelevant. You're dragging out something that was dropped 2 months ago. That's the only reason why it's being brought up now, actually, is because this person doesn't know how to let go.
A lot of people don't.
And the whole thing is it's one big issue, one big situation that just got out of control. Yes, we dealt with that. And can I bring up some issues with Kick Vic that I definitely have to say? It's
Go ahead.
related to a certain dog. The whole, if you bring up Bill Cosby, I'll bring up Ruki. It doesn't really help when you have someone who is banned out of an airport for recording himself in the bathroom, or a literal wife beater on your side. Or how about, everyone's still talking about it, the guy from Rooster Teeth who literally got busted doing X amount of things to his wife, threatening her and their child. We got to get into that of one freaking person out of everyone we have. When you got Zoophiles, you got all this other stuff, and you want to sit there and blame us and attack us for one bad egg. Not everyone's perfect, not every community's perfect, but, we're counting here. We got one against how many now?
I'd rather not keep count.
Exactly. It's too many to count, and we got no time for that.
If we had time for that, we would be doing other stuff instead.
Like crocheting. I think that'd be more of a better hobby than talking about Kick Vic and their screw-ups.
I actually thought about taking it up once. I might take it up just so I can make my own Baby Yoda.
Aww, yeah. Baby Yoda's cute.
Baby Yoda heals everything.
Yes, it does.
But yeah, there has been a lot of infighting on our side, and there's also been infighting on the other side, though the other side's just a bunch of jerks.
I agree with that. I have a few friends on Kick Vic, and part of why I constantly tell people I've changed since the first incident is I have a certain Kick Vic, actually IRL friend, who can't get the idea that I am not changing sides no matter what. Now, here's the problem I have with his statements. He swears up and down his friend, quote, his friend, was sexually harassed and targeted by Vic, and he has another one who is targeted by Todd Habercorn. I asked for the messages. He says, oh, they probably don't exist anymore because this was years ago. Okay. If there were real messages, wouldn't they be out on the internet by now? I can't take anything at face value after what ex-friend did because he seriously lied to me.
Was that the same one who said that Monica kicked him out of a con for cosplaying?
Yes, it was. There was an incident, actually, that transpired after we got in touch again. It was literally, we went to go practice a practice fighter class together because he wanted to be getting back into SEA and a whole bunch of other stuff kind of just, added. But the moron left one of the straps to his face guard off, and now I'm depicting this as karma because I'm not entirely sure how this happened, but we were practicing and, I accidentally broke his jaw. Let's just say practice sword came in contact with his face, the mask shifted, and I hit his jawline. So we don't exactly know what happened. I was going to confront him and talk to him about the situation and explain how upset I was. However, it was going to be after class, and I was actually really calm and mellow that day. I was in a really good mood. That just happened. It kind of spoiled the mood because I felt terrible. I still feel terrible, even though it was kind of interesting how it happened. Sorry, if you think I'm actually laughing, I'm trying not to cough. But, yeah, it was one of those situations, but with this other person, he's another one of my fair friends, and he's not exactly comprehending that I don't take things at face value anymore because of that fact.
Well, it's hard to take anything at face value these days. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt.
Exactly. As my dad always says, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Exactly.
And that's part of it anymore because I've literally been dealing with a multitude of things, which is fake friends. I kind of posted this on Twitter. I told everyone I love my friends. I love them dearly. I wouldn't give them up for anything in the world. When I think something's wrong, I ask, but it seemed like no one wanted to get out and talk to me about it. So I actually feel like I've lost quite a bit of people today just due to lack of communication on, I want to say, both sides.
The hard part is actually getting people to communicate.
Yes, exactly. It seems like, this is just a perspective here, but it seems like we're too involved with technology to realize who's really in front of us and to actually get out and make friends that are right there in front of them.
That is a sad fact.
Yep. And it's really sad that this has to happen because, I do care. I care a huge amount. And I'm hoping, some of the friends who watch your videos that, see this, understand I'm not, trying to hurt them. I don't want to hurt anyone. I really want to just talk shit out. But at the same time, it's if they want to.
Talking is useless unless both sides listen and speak.
Exactly. And I think that's part of another thing I stand with Vic is having issues with is communicating and discussing things. Instead, everyone, I'm not saying just kick Vic, I'm not just saying I stand with Vic, everyone is lashing out as hard as they can to have the bigger voice. And that's part of what we have issues with, are like clout chasers. And that's another reason why we had the issues we had last night. cloud chaser, all about, oh, hey, this person did this and this person did that. And I'm all like, dude, what are you doing? You said you were talking to a few people about it. Instead, you post it all over Twitter for anyone to look at, and everyone's going to look at you and go, I even got mad about it, too. Like, yeah, I was thinking of, he said, oh, I have to share this with a couple of people. You shared it with everyone.
Definitely more than a couple of people.
Yeah, because I'm sure you saw that post, too, right?
Actually, I really wasn't paying attention. When we were
you.
talking about this stuff last night, I was too busy when playing GTA trying to collect all the collectibles.
Nice. Yeah, I was actually currently in a chat with that person talking about how they need to knock it off. And then person turned around and told another one of my female friends, hey, says blank is lying, or Spitfire says blank is lying, and I'm just sitting there like, no, I didn't say that. Stop putting words in my mouth. And then it was, oh, you're defending him. It's, no, I'm not defending anyone. I'm telling y'all, knock it off, because there's no point to it. The fighting is ridiculous. It needs to stop. That's what we've all been on, is that the, quote, infighting needs to stop. I find most people who I have come into contact with only infight to basically suit their needs. They only want clout, and that's not how you get that. You speak truth. You go with what is relevant at the time, and you don't use some, leftover story that has been done with for how many months now? 2?
You have a point. But people just don't want to let things go. They just want to drag it on as much as possible to stay relevant.
Exactly, and that's part of the problem. Like, I don't think anyone else I talk to does that as much. And the only time anything gets brought back up from the past with, like, say, you, Sushi, Anime, there's a bunch of people on Twitter who are super freaking cool people. Anytime it's brought up, it's because it has become relevant again. Like, Duchette saying that, let me quote this here. Hey, he did it. Ty Beard actually did it. Somehow he managed to file improper interlocutory appeal that is going to end up being dismissed for want of jurisdiction. And the fact of the matter is he ended up, as I said, what? I couldn't hear you over your damn foot in your mouth. Hello, Vic got the appeal. Like, that's relevant again. That is totally relevant again, because he said we wouldn't get it. He said Vic was done, dead in the water. Now it's relevant again, and he's now eating his own words.
Yeah, and they sure don't
relevant.
taste good, because I'm sure they taste like feet.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they taste like mud.
I think feet would be worse tasting.
But yeah, no, like, there are certain things, like, another cloud chaser would be Mars Girl. With the whole, I'm mad because we got the appeals. I find this I don't understand. It's like, there's no proof. It's been proven. You constantly still believe that there is proof when all the proof has been dismissed as fabricated. Even Jamie flipped out saying that, oh, Vic pulled my hair, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, we all saw the video. We all saw, how you two were acting. Playing around, especially like that, and you being totally okay with it does not consist as assault.
It does in 2019, apparently.
Well, Truthfinder explained that Funimation has cameras. And if there was any link to Vic doing sexual assault towards anyone, it would be on those tapes.
Well,
Why hasn't Funimation come out with any of the tapes that Vic has had?
Can I say
Men
why
in
I
their
think so?
office.
The reason why
'Cause they have
Funimation...
nothing.
Nope, because they don't want everyone finding about Chris Sabat's casting couch being true.
Ugh. Ew. Ew, I don't even want to think about that. That's nasty. Like, I know plenty of people who have literally now stated, like, I'm staying far away from Funimation, and they're all women because of that situation. But I mean, if they find out, the whole thing is the judge is now going to have to ask for cameras, the video footage of proof.
They have to be asking for a lot of things of proof that frickin' the other side will not be able to give.
Exactly. Like, I do appreciate Johnny Bosch's comment, though. Basically, she probably doesn't exist. Like, I met him back in 2011. Super sweet man. Kind of, didn't have issues with my ADHD, hyperactive, but he appreciated me. He understood, things later. It wasn't anything bad. He understands young fans tend to have more energy than others, and I do appreciate that. But with people going out after him, it's literally knock it off. Even he said knock it off. Like, I'm not going to tolerate your crap. Knock it off.
Funny thing is, there's actually many members in Kick Vic that were supporting him taking the role just because he took the role from Vic. However, Vic gave his blessing.
Yes, and that is true. Vic did. The whole thing is Vic and Johnny Bosch have been friends for years. They worked on Bleach together. They worked on, I'm trying to remember everything. I think it's Bleach. Just Bleach that I know of right now. They worked on Bleach together and everything. But no, Johnny Bosch, if you guys didn't hear it, he said this to a Kick Vic member who actually said that he's heard some sketchy things about Johnny Bosch, and Johnny responded with, and quote, "In fact, we could ask any female that was on the show, but I imagine whoever you're talking about doesn't exist, so what other story do you have?" "Oh, I got one, but it's about your mother, so could be a rumor."
And sorry about that noise. That was Google Chrome notifying me that yellow flash liked one of my comments on his video.
Exactly. I definitely think for a fact that Johnny Bosch is going to be able to handle Kick Vic. I believe that he's going to be the one to put them in their place, believe it or not.
Well, we all have our beliefs and stuff. However, I've actually seen Kick Vic members defend him as well, which is weird.
Well, there are some that actually have no issues with him, who have met him personally, and to be totally honest, he is a very big speaker within the anime community, and there's also the possibility that they don't want all that to happen, all the whole ban list, get everyone blacklisted list. Johnny Bosch's name was on that list, and if they go after Johnny, Vic can get the whole conspiracy thing back on. So I believe that part of it is why they haven't gone after Johnny Bosch is because they're trying to keep that list out of it because it can destroy Monica and Jamie's career even further.
Well, I personally think it's because Johnny is more well protected than Vic.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. His role in Power Rangers and various other TV shows and movies has kind of continued to, you know, keep up his, fame. Power Rangers, I will say, is a lot more, notable than, say, the Street Fighter movie. Sorry, Vic, love you, but you gotta admit that Power Rangers is more well known than the Street Fighter movie.
I thought Vic did the dub for the animated Street Fighter, not the Street Fighter movie
Yeah, he did.
dub.
He voiced Vega and various other characters later, but it was one of the most popular roles he had was voicing Vega. Also, I had found out this while looking up stuff. A lot of people have seen my Ida bag that I had made that was strictly I Stand with Vic. I found out through research, and actually my husband being really into League of Legends, that he also played Malzahar. Everyone knew about the Lee Sin thing. I didn't know. I don't think anyone knew about the Malzahar thing. So that kind of shows how popular Vic is to have voiced two characters for a well-known video game. Unfortunately, I think Riot Gaming lost 10 mil due to a bunch of women actually proving sexual assault on them. So, again, a company that has basically replaced Vic as voicing their characters is being now nailed with allegations and all these things being proven.
Well, as long as Vic wasn't part of it, I don't care.
Yep, that's kind of it. It was all over Facebook. I know that for a fact. I wish I could pull up the article, but
Yeah, phones.
Yes, phones.
Yes, I guess first time doing an interview over Facebook Messenger instead of Discord.
You could have done both. Heck,
Yeah.
you could have done face to face.
Yeah, but my computer is so much of a boomer, it probably would have kept saying encoding overloaded.
Ah. But yeah, the fact of the matter is we've been dealing with too much infighting. We should talk about the hashtag not Broly thing, right? Or not my
Oh,
Broly thing.
yeah. That I
Good
actually did a post
Lord.
about that, and it had the most likes of any of my posts in the past.
Jesus. I talked about that. I actually put a picture I took of Johnny myself up on Twitter. Yes, I did take that picture. My little feeble hands on a flip phone. Because 2011 sucked for having phones. We all know this.
Heck, 2011 I had a track phone as a flip phone.
I had I think a Sony Ericsson or a Razr.
Hey, I mainly got it because I wanted to get something that could actually take pictures. The problem was, because it was a track phone of that era, the only way I could get them was to email them to myself.
Yep. But no, the hashtag not my Broly. I still don't get that. Someone did make a claim hey, be grateful it was, Johnny on Bosch, Vic's friend, who got it instead of someone who wanted him dead. I totally agree with that. Not only that, I think out of everyone who could possibly voice Vic the closest, the only two who would fit those roles would either be Johnny on Bosch and, forgive me guys, Sonny Strait.
Hey,
And if you want to know why, Tomura Shigaraki from My Hero Academia, I actually mistook for Vic. I did. The voice is very similar. It's really there. And I've seen Vic play some really twisted characters. So,
well, I
didn't-
think Sonny could probably do some of Vic's roles if he wanted to, but I think he just doesn't want to be in the drama as much.
Yeah.
And as I put in my post, everybody go and hashtag not my Broly. Please stop it. Just because there's some members of Kick Vic supporting him because he stole Vic's roles doesn't mean that it's a frickin' he's Cake Vic or whatever. He's just frickin' he's got Blake. I can't even remember my post because I'm so mad. But the whole point was at the end of the post I put, "Be thankful that that wasn't one of Chris Sabat's brainwashed drones."
Exactly. Like, that's part of it. I think that a lot of the people who are involved in Kickback, and I'm sure the company does too, is that basically they're being told, well, hey, you either stand with us, you're neutral, or get the fuck out. Honestly, Chuck Huber follows, I believe, you and me, and like everyone else who follows him.
Mm-hmm.
But I am actually worried about his career through Funimation, because Funimation seems to be using.
Well, it's kind of hard for them to do anything because he voices Android 17, who is actually a major character into the series.
Broly's also now a major character, and they got rid of Vic. So
Well, the difference is before Broly was only a movie character.
Yeah.
He was not a series regular like Android 17 became in Super finally during Tournament of Power.
True. Very true. I'm just curious because there were some rumors and speculation going around, and I say rumors and speculation because this is just something I was told. Keyword told, I don't know if it's true. According to someone I actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! With at WePlay, this was confirmed by 2 people. There were 2 separate incidences. So the first one was at WePlay, and they told me that Monica Rial would no longer be partaking in any roles in anime. I have literally asked everyone, does anyone know if this is true? And if so, can we find out what the hell's going on? Because I do know Sony is going to eventually clean up shop and get shit back on track where it belongs. Sorry for the S word, pardon my French.
No problem, mademoiselle.
Oh, stop being a charmer.
I can't help it.
But the second time, the whole thing is, this happened twice. I was at GameStop picking up something for my husband for, Christmas, because I love him, and yeah. But I got told by, I think it was an employee. It was an employee who was working the front desk, and I had stated, I love Floppy, I love the Japanese voice actress, and all this other stuff. And she goes, yeah, well, it kind of sucks that the English voice actress will not be participating after this season in My Hero Academia. And I'm all like, okay, that's 2 different times, days apart. That's 2 people who say Monica's no longer working with Funny. And I'm just like, where did you get this information? Can I have that information? They're all like, oh, it was on Facebook. And I'm like, I normally get stuff like that. What's going on? Was it through Anime News Network, our unreliable anime source for anime news? Or was it, something 2 people got the idea to say? Because that to me is weird.
Well, we won't know until the next season.
Well, I already know that they're coming out with another movie. They've already started showing, ads for that through, like, Twitter and stuff. And I actually own the first movie because my friends are like, you have to watch it. I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. But with packing and stuff, they're kind of boxed up. But, yeah, it's just one of those things. You don't entirely know what's going on. And I'm questioning if everything turns out to where what we're hoping for is that Monica, Chris, and all them get what they deserve and they lose this lawsuit, will we be able to, as an anime community, recover from this? And that's basically what Vic has been saying. Let's heal the anime community. I'm not going off what they say because they just basically take his stuff and, his shtick and, throw it back in our faces. It's like, oh yeah, Vic said this and we're saying this, so you should believe us. It's like, we're not playing that game. But we should be healing our community. Like,
Well, there's a difference between a light tug of someone's hair and pulling a fistful of it and forcing their head down.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And as they said, the only thing that they saw on those cameras was a consensual kiss from a coworker. That was literally what was brought up. Or was I the only one who remembered that?
You're probably the only one who remembered that, because I'm not even sure if Rackets remembers.
Rackets was the one who said it.
Yeah, and he's always drunk.
True. I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind having a drink with him.
Hell, even I'd like to have a drink with the dude.
Yeah.
They don't really drink much.
Well, I would if I got the chance. But that's for Ren Fair time, when I'm allowed to be, well, not society, I'm not supposed to be part of society at that point in time. I'm just some random Rennie. I'm not supposed to be socially acceptable.
At least in the Dark Ages. Anyway, I kind of agree with a lot of what you said, though. And, to be honest, I wonder if we'll be able to heal as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know your inputs on how we could possibly better the community, because honestly, I think as a whole, when it comes to, I stand with Vic, kick Vic, I find this to be very unsettling that we have to choose sides based on voice actors and actresses. And if you want to get technical, half of these voice actors and actresses aren't really even well known. Like, everyone knows who Chris Sabat is. Everyone knows who Vic is. I didn't know who Monica or Jamie were until this whole dispute even frickin' started.
Well, to be honest, I knew about Monica, just not real well, and I haven't really heard of Jamie before, and I was shocked to find out she voiced Reyes Gremory.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for me and my husband. See, we're kind of grateful we watched High School DxD in Japanese, then we tried to watch it in English.
Well, I watched it first in English, so I couldn't stand the sub. Now I'm going to have to rewatch it from the beginning in sub to get her voice out of my head.
I didn't have to worry about me and my husband with that one, but we ended up getting a wall scroll, and I was like, dude, I'd love at the time I was like, dude, I'd love to have this autographed by, like, Issei and Brius, and now it's like, it's just pretty to look at, unless the Japanese voice actors come to town.
Yeah, who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how many wall scrolls I have, but I have a lot.
Weeb.
No, I'm not a weeb. I don't have a body pillow.
Neither do I, but I'm a weeb.
I'm not a weeb. I'm an otaku.
Yeah, you have all the figurines and stuff.
I've never gone full weeaboo. My friends used to do the Naruto run, and every time I look at them, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I never do the Naruto run because I always thought it was stupid.
Exactly! You're not a weeb if you don't do, like, the weird stuff.
Well, I don't got all the figurines and DVDs that you do.
Yes, but I use my figures for drawing, so that doesn't count.
Whatever, otaku.
You like them white and nerdy.
Cannot deny that.
Yeah, but no, apparently, like, I just, or not apparently, God, Jesus, okay. we really do need to get a hold on our community, like, as a whole. Not sit there, I'm going to say this now, because I know what some people do. It's all like, well then, admit, I was right and you were wrong. That's not what we should do. We should come to agree that there are differences. Stop jumping up each other's butts. Stop going down each other's throats. Remove your butt from being your hat and realize we're nerds.
I'm gonna quote Piccolo from Dragon Ball Abridged. Nerd!
Yeah. You're a nerd too, so you have no room to talk. But yes, I believe.
Screw the rules, I have green hair.
I got nothing to say to that. She help.
She can't help you now.
Apparently not.
It makes me fear the day I actually try to get Kayla on the show. Oh,
Jesus.
she would rip me a new one.
Kayla's fun though.
Well, let's just say my comment about her makeup really caused her to feel against me when Ray Bear decided to comment on one of my videos and made a comment that made me cringe.
What comment?
If we weren't on different sides, I would sure smash.
Oh, I remember that. I'm so sorry.
I won't forget that.
I wish you could forget that. You probably need more alcohol than Nick does.
I need frickin' twice the amount Rackets consumes in one stream.
Are you sure it's twice and not 3 times?
I'm sure 3 times I'd be dead.
Oof. Jeez, you really couldn't handle fair then.
Well, I'm not going to tell the story on stream, but I'll tell you later about the first time I got majorly drunk. All I can say is that let's just say I became Aquaman, okay? That's all I'm saying, and I'm never going to talk about the story on stream.
No. Okay. So, recently we've been having some stuff here in Vegas that apparently people keep wanting Monica and Jamie, or Monica, it's Monica, Sean, and Chris that are coming back to Level Up Expo. I have made it clear that they need to pick better people to come to their events.
Well, I don't live in Vegas like you do, so I don't care, though Monica was in one of the more local cons in my area, and, well, not Monica, but Jamie was, and I was like, nope. Heck, I rarely get to go to conventions.
Yeah. I do. I get to go to many conventions, but that's only because I save for them, and I take care of the things I need to take care of.
Well, all I know is that you're a good person. And a few other things I'm not going to mention right now because you don't want it mentioned.
Yeah, I know. I just, it was legitly, everything that had happened. With that situation, that particular situation, I have no malice towards my friends. If they ever want to, talk about it or, try to fix things, because that's what I really want. If they want, it's up to them.
Well, I wish you good luck in that.
But, like I said, it's up to them.
Well, it's up to everybody, but I know you want to work things out, so I'm wishing you luck.
Thank you. But yeah, it's literally just something that just needs to just it needs to be worked out. If things don't work out, then they just don't work out. And I'll just move and grow from it.
That's all you can do.
Exactly.
As for me personally, I wish the whole anime community could heal from this, but there's gonna be a scar forever.
Yeah. That's part of it. That's part of it. The whole anime community, we were literally, if anyone remembers it, like, when I got into the anime community, I had found 2 Sailor Moon dolls. And I was already a social outcast. I carried those things everywhere with me. Moon and Mars, they were always in my backpack when I went to school. And I was in middle school. You can laugh at me for it.
I'm not laughing.
They made me feel comfortable. People laughed at me for them. I didn't care. They were my dolls. I carried them. I got almost the whole collection. I went to my first con, met Johnny on Bosch. I met a whole bunch of people. There was an issue. I will not lie. That's like a cosplay cringe story. No, you don't walk up behind someone randomly and fondle them. That's a no-go. No.
Hey, I will
You
flirt
don't
with
do that.
cosplayers, but I don't touch them.
Oh, it was, hello, sweetheart. I'm in full drag. Yeah, you got that. No, get off of me. No, the dude was taken out of the con, and the hotel of which I was attending the con at still has the video footage. That's part of why I don't believe Vic is the monster everyone wants to claim.
Well, I agree. He's not a monster. Because if he was, there'd be proof. Because, before people had camera phones, they'd be walking around cons with digital cameras.
Exactly. Like, I recently got a brand new camera, actually, for my birthday. I have 2 SD cards. One's for cosplay, one's for personal photos. And I was hoping to visit some friends here real soon in Cali, although, again, I don't know if that's happening.
Well, you're going through a rough time right now. A story that we're not getting into because it's personal.
Exactly. But as far as it goes, I am really, like, excited to start doing what I keep being begged to do, which is sell prints. And I'm kind of a little off about it, I think. And the only reason why I'm a little off about it is I've thought about it before, but
Just don't go the 18 and over route.
Yeah, I don't really do the whole lewd thing. I mean, I do some that look a little risque, but they're not really risque. I'm like completely covered, maybe a little bit of midriff, which is, for those who don't know, because apparently some people in I Stand With Vic and Kick Vic don't understand terms. Midriff is stomach.
I'm surprised nobody knew that. Even I've known midriff was stomach my whole life.
Well, you knew about the issues we had with one little sugar cookie who constantly whined and acted like a 5-year-old not knowing how to leave a server.
Are you talking about a certain one whose name starts with a K?
No, I'm talking about a certain noise that starts with a Y.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. The whole, I don't know how to leave a server. How do you not know how to leave a server?
People are cray-cray.
Yes, they are. But yeah, I definitely think we should work as a whole. to fix our community, not continue to fight like wild animals, but actually, work together and heal our community as a whole. Like, forget the issues we have with Monica and Jamie and Chris and Vic, even. Like, you can support them. It's like politics. You can support whoever you want. Just let it not become an issue to where it affects your social standing. There are people who support Vic who have literally lost friends over this. My question is why? You've been friends with this person for God knows how long, and all of a sudden they're a bad person because you support Vic?
Again, people are crazy.
And it's ridiculous. We really shouldn't be doing that to one another. We were the outcasts. We were the ones who were laughed at for years. Now everyone wants to be like us, which is weird. Although it could be like, no offense to anyone who does food, it could be due to the sexualization in the matter, because, hey, sex sells. You can't lie about that. Sex does sell.
No, you can't. Anyway, we're at the... I'm going to cut out where I just said your name, but we are at the 56-minute mark.
All right.
Okay, Spitfire. We're at that mark, so any closing statements?
Try to be kinder to each other. And when we have issues within our own communities, try to work it out as a team. And let's try not to continue with the infighting or the fighting in general and literally go back to being the nerds we are. Happy-go-lucky. Let's watch anime. Let's play video games. Crazy people we were years before this happened.
I agree. And anyway, this is Mario Cabas, Green Rules, because I have green hair and I'm hanging out with Spitfire. Peace.
For I could turn